What's up, you fucking weirdos? Welcome to where the weird ones are.
Yeah. Weird ones only, we talking that truth. Ghost in the attic, yeah, show me the proof. Aliens creeping, they light in the roof. Minds wide open, we shatter the booth. Conspiracies deep, we dig in the scars. Demons and angels and bodies on Mars. Cryptids be watching, they lurk in the dark. Mental on edge, but we glowing like stars. Welcome to the pod, no cap, it's a seance. Whispers in the static, spirits doing dance. Reptiles in suits, yeah, running the lands. MK Ultra made a puppet of your mans. When they go hunger, dogman strut, flat woods, eyes glow. Slice through the cut, Bigfoot tagging trees. Marking the trail, weird ones ride, no room for the frail. Talking about trauma, talking that soul. Peeling back layers, we dig in a hole. Sacred geometry, numbers align. Ancestors speak through the veil in the sign. Ayahuasca dreams, third eye lit. Shadow self lurking, we making it spit. No mainstream lies. This the dirt where the weird ones rise from the blood and the hurt. Weird ones only, we talking that truth. Ghosts in the attic, yeah, show me the proof. Aliens creeping, they light in the roof. Minds wide open, we shatter the booth. Conspiracies deep, we dig in the scars. Demons and angels and bodies on Mars. Cryptids be watching, they lurk in the dark. Mental on edge, but we glowing like stars. Voices in the woods got chills on the neck. Black-eyed kids at the door, now we check. CIA tapped in, fluoride drip. Project Bluebeam, watch that script. Talking about grief, talking about fear. Talking about why them voices appear. Healing the mind while breaking the chain. Spiritual warfare deep in the brain. We don't run from the strange, we live in the strange. Tattoo the truth and the scars and the pain. Stay weird, the mantra we own in the name. Reality bends, so we bend to the same. From the attic to the swamp, we tracking the freak. Where the veil get thin and the silence speak. We ain't your norm, we off that grid. Weird as the wave, yo, this where we live.
Hey, welcome everybody. Yeah, I'm not Kevin. That's right. This is where the weird ones are, and I'm your host, David. And if you didn't know my name, now you do. So today I'm taking over. That's right. I'm taking over where the weird ones are for Kevin. We're going to give Kevin a break. We're going to tell him to sit down, shut up a little bit, and let us take over, man. Let us do the job. All right. You're tired. Sit down. Relax. Okay. Today, I'm very lucky to have a friend of mine, actually a guy that I work with from time to time, because sometimes, especially me, David don't know, that's my show. And I don't know if certain videos are real because I'm not an expert, but I happen to know an expert in video, and his name is Tim Sedano, and he's going to be joining me today. He's going to be talking about not only this man has a series of books. I don't know if you caught my video, but they're great. He also has a team of paranormal investigators, which is, I happen to know a few of those members, and he has a podcast called Paranormal Insight. So let's get it started.
Where the Weird Ones Go Production.
So let's get it started. And let me welcome Mr. Tim Sedano. Welcome, sir. Thank you. Thank you for joining me, man.
Thank you so much. No, thanks for having me on, man. It's awesome. Thanks for the intro.
Yes, we are with where the weird ones are today. Let me show a little scroll. I'm going to scroll some stuff down there so that people know what's going on. Or like, where's Kevin? This isn't Kevin.
Where's this Kevin guy?
Where's this muscles bound Kevin? There's this dude, and he's got a cap and the thing, and yeah, that's where Kevin is. He's sleeping. Okay,
he's sleeping. He's on the couch.
Yeah. He's taking a nap. I'm taking over the show. So Tim, let me know a little bit about your team, because when I heard that you had a team, I was like, what? And I actually heard some pretty interesting stories from our good friend JJ Rose 777.
Yeah. JJ, absolutely. Yeah, she's the best. JJ, to start with her, is our psychic specialist. And I gave her that title because psychic doesn't cover it, and the mediumship doesn't really cover it, and she does so much. So we made her the psychic specialist. Like, she basically knows everything about the whole metaverse, so to speak. All that. I hate that term metaverse because it sounds totally fake.
Plus, now I think about meta, like the Instagram, Facebook, these glasses,
exactly.
Meta Ray-Bans. That's all I hear now. My brain is meta. But yeah, no, I totally get it.
but the I guess the psychic realm, I guess she's an expert in it. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
that's her. That's JJ. She's been with us since 2014, something like that.
Wow. Okay.
And the whole group started with just two of us, me and my buddy Henry. Started this thing up, and Henry no longer with us. He was the scientific guy. He was the tech guy. He needed a non-believer too.
Yeah.
He needed empirical evidence.
Yeah.
Right, and that was his bag. And
very cool, man.
he got it sometimes. He didn't know what to make of it. It's like, yeah. And he always came up with some little tiny excuse that was him trying to write it off in his own very logical brain. But yeah. And
I relate to that. I try to like debunk anything that I find interesting, and sometimes I can. Sometimes it's like, oh, it's just that. Okay. Yeah.
That's
Move
right.
on. Next.
No, you're absolutely correct. I mean, our job as paranormal investigators is to debunk your experience.
Yep.
It sounds mean, but I mean, you want a logical explanation as an experiencer of these things going off in your house or your business or wherever it is, and we're here to help you provide you with that. If we cannot, well, now we're talking spiritual stuff, and that's kind of where JJ takes over the case. So
that's really interesting. Listen, if you were the kind of group that came out and said, "Oh, this is real and that is real and this is," and not even debunk anything, it would be ridiculous, right? It would be what is that guy, Zach Baggins type of show or something? Because that guy thinks everything exists.
Man, Zach's a dangerous dude in my personal estimation. He's he does some heavy duty stuff on me throughout his show. We've all heard the tales about how he and his crew have all taken stuff home with them. They got traveler spirits that hook into them and demons and shit. Pardon my French. I'm sorry. I don't know if I can.
No, absolutely. You can cuss on this show. It's totally okay.
Well, fuck yeah. That's the last time I'll drop the F-bomb, I promise. But yeah, and now he's got this museum filled with all this haunted stuff. I don't know if it's still active or not, but
yeah, it is.
Is it really?
Yeah, I want to see it. I definitely want to see it.
Oh man, but yeah, he just plays a little too fast and loose for my personal, professional opinion. So
absolutely, yeah. I find a lot of the stuff that I've never actually seen a show. Never. I've seen pieces of the show, but I don't know what happened. I just never got around to it. But I could see like on clips and whatnot on YouTube or what have you. It just seems over the top, man. It seems over the top.
Yep.
It seems like he's trying to get viewership, and I understand that. I get it. We're all trying to do that. But I respect a skeptic. I respect someone who's going to work at the science side of it and not just follow every little thing and say, oh, it's this and oh, it's that for sure. It's not for sure.
Right.
You know,
say what you will about the TAPS team. In their early days, they were a little more on top of it. Toward the end of at least the first run, I haven't seen the newest show. But toward the end of the first show, they were really, the producers were really hammering them for results. They were even painting results into the actual episode, which was, come on, no, we all know the difference. We can see that CGI, and that chair didn't move on its own. I saw the string, and it was them being pressured. I'm convinced of that. And but early on, one thing they said that I adhere to as a paranormal investigator myself is you have to know what all this weird stuff is, so you can identify it when something presents itself. Oh, it said a certain phrase from, I don't know, the Bible at one point, and that usually indicates it's this type of entity. Or something like that. That's a really weak excuse, but or example, but
it's really not. It makes sense to me. I totally understand what you're saying.
It's happened before.
Okay,
especially in if you're in a former religious space, like a former church or a former monastery,
right?
It's been converted to like a winery or something like that. We have a few of those in California, and they have a lot of problems. And so, yeah, but. yeah, I mean, so it helps to know all that stuff, and that's really what I liked about the Taps team, when it comes to Baggins' team,
Yeah.
they did have a little bit of that knowledge, but it wasn't as prevalent.
Yeah.
And they just kind of did a run and gun thing with their their explorations, and they broke all kinds of property rules as well. I mean, I remember one episode as like one of the few ones I watched, where he says, "Hey, can we go down here?" And it's like he looks at the production staff. I don't know. You're here off camera. Okay. He dives right in. It's like, oh, come on. At least respect the place a little bit. They're letting you run around there trying to look for ghosts.
Absolutely. I think one time there was a house, and this is supposedly one of the worst haunted houses. He actually bought the house and then had it demolished.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. Right.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I thought, what the hell?
Dude.
Really?
Okay.
I don't know if that's good. I mean, maybe you should try to exercise whatever's there, or
lock it down.
He had it demolished. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that didn't stop other spirits in the past. There was somewhere in like Tennessee, Kentucky, somewhere around that area. There was a house, like an old schoolhouse, I think it was. And was it a schoolhouse or was it an orphanage? It may have been an orphanage. The orphanage burns down. A lot of lives are lost inside, a lot of young lives, unfortunately. And while the place is still, I think the place is rebuilt at one point, and they have hauntings, like you might expect. And then some developer comes in, bulldozes the place. Whoops. And then once they're tearing it apart, clearing the flotsam and jetsam, and all the workers see the same thing. They keep seeing these angry little entities humming around, and one of them was having lunch under this oak tree where the kids love to play Ring Around the Rosie, apparently. So he's having lunch, and he starts like hearing Ring Around the Rosie.
Oh, shit.
And
damn.
And he feels them dancing around, and he says, oh, that's not right. And then his lunchbox forcibly closes.
Holy crap.
It goes flying across the yard. He's done. He's out. And a lot of people witnessed that, and they left too. So the house foundation is still there, kind of messed up a little bit. Yeah. No one's gone back, and if you stay by that tree, you could still hear those kids singing today.
I think at some point someone's going to build a house there. I think they're just not going to care, and then they're going to find FAFO, right? They're going to fuck around and find out, and then it's going to be a problem. So,
yeah. Well, Benicio del Toro, the director, is moving into a house in London that he specifically requested be haunted.
Oh yes, I heard about this. Yeah.
That's like, okay, dude, I guess I respect that to a degree. But
right.
Damn.
It's the guy who directed Frankenstein, the recent Frankenstein.
Yeah, the recent
on
Frankenstein
Netflix.
film.
Okay.
Yeah. Which was pretty damn good, actually. I
have not seen it yet. I got to see it.
I think you'll enjoy it.
Well, I've read the story, a couple of years ago, there was another friend of mine who was doing a podcast. She no longer does that podcast, but she was like, hey, let's do a show on Frankenstein. I was like, all right, let's do a show. Excellent. I got the book. I had never read it before, so I read the entire book. I was thrown for a loop because it doesn't match the old movie at all. Like it's totally different, off. Right? Yeah. Way off. So that's why I'm looking forward to seeing this one. And so I was all set. We're going to record, and she did not show up. She was missing, and so I find out later she decided it. No, not missing.
Okay.
No, not missing. Like gone. She was just decided to close her podcast like that day, I guess, and she has not returned. So, unfortunately, yeah, I really, it happens.
Yeah, man.
Apparently, I'm being told that Marge Simpson, the voice actor, has died. Beatrice Picard dead at 96. Wow.
Good Lord. Wow.
Ouch. That's a scary one.
Marge Simpson. Peace, Marge.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Golly.
So
I heard there too.
Yeah, I did. I thought it was a different lady, but you know what? I'm confusing it with the Family Guy.
Oh yeah, the one who
Lady
plays Lois.
Yes, that's who
yeah.
I'm confusing with. Okay, she was 96. Wow.
Yeah, she was up there. Yeah, and she
Damn,
kept doing it until I guess the day she died. Oh my gosh,
respect.
totally, really.
Good.
I mean
Good job.
that's love for the franchise right there.
Absolutely.
And she was a good actress too. I've seen her in a few films. She just
Oh,
had
really?
one. Yeah, she's also a film actress from way back, and she
Oh.
just did a recent one. I guess it's her last film, and where she's not only the narrator but she's a participating actor.
Oh, I remember who she is. It
Yeah.
just popped in my head who
Yeah.
she is. I did not know she was 96. She didn't look 96.
No, she looked really good. Super zoom.
What is happening, man? Stop doing that. I got a new camera. I love the camera. It does really great with the light and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But it does love to zoom in my face. I don't know why.
Do you use signals to make it move? Okay.
Yeah, I didn't unless I must have I talk with my hands, so I must have oh, he means zoom in. Okay. But there is a place that was recently demolished that was considered one of the gateways to hell. I think it was Bobby Mackey's. That is in Kentucky, I think somewhere.
Kentucky, yeah.
I think so.
Is it Kentucky or Nashville?
I could be wrong, but it's in
Nashville. I thought it was.
It could be in Tennessee, Kentucky area, somewhere in that area.
That place is messed up.
Yeah, I've heard. I've seen a lot of
beautiful country. Those guys that live out there are totally blessed for the visuals alone. I mean, my God, it's a beautiful country. It really is. But man, you get a lot of hauntings out there.
Oh, dude, especially that place. Apparently, there was a lot of crazy shit that went down, and I think I read recently they demolished it.
Golly,
so that's another interesting. What's going to happen?
Yeah,
who's going to build on that? Right. That'll be interesting.
Oh, man. Yeah.
So Tim, let me ask you. You've been doing this for years and years and years and years.
Mm-hmm.
What is the scariest thing that you came across in all your paranormal investigations?
Okay. The one that freaked me out, gave me the chills, even to talk about it now, was probably the Satanist case, where I've talked about this on the shows, different shows, including my own. But I'll regale your audience. I'll try to make it brief. Try to make it brief.
Take your time. Yeah, no.
Okay, so 6 hours later. No. So we get this case, and it's JJ's first case with us.
Oh, shit, okay.
So it's her first case with us. Poor JJ got thrown into the deep end on this one, but man, did she come up swimming strong, let me tell you.
Oh, wow. Not surprised.
So we get this case, and it's a bunch of young college kids, and they're living in this apartment complex that was bought out by this independent school, or art school, I think, and used as a dormitory. Really nice apartments, too. And they fit 4, 5, 6 people into a 2-bedroom apartment, basically.
Oh, man.
And, so I think they put 2, or maybe it was 4 people to an apartment, but a couple of them, there were 2 extra folks that in there that were, because they were couples living together, so they shared the same bed, yada, yada, yada. So we get a call. There's all kinds of weird stuff happening. We're seeing object manipulation. We're seeing shadow people. We're seeing things going on and off that are powered down. They have no business being on or off or whatever, including the stove and stuff like that. So we walk in there, and I borrowed, at the time I was borrowing all this beautiful high-def stuff from the film school I was attending. So I was ready to rock, So I get everything in there, and I plug it all in. And the batteries, I'm watching them go 50%, 40%, 30%, like they drain out. I roll for as much as I can get, and it's barely anything at all. So battery drain from the jump. Everything dead. Even the backup's gone. I have nothing to record with. I got these little digital cameras for Henry and myself, and they have a night vision capability. Those were doing the same thing, 80%, 70%, really quick, too.
What the hell?
Yeah, man. So whatever was there did not liked or did not like the batteries. I can't tell which, or the ability for us to record. That's my interpretation anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So again, the big stuff is dead. I can't plug into the wall. We don't have the adapters for that. And so we're down to these little 1080p night vision capable cameras, right? And they're okay, and they work for a while on battery, but we got to plug them in. But we can't run them off the thing, off the wall necessarily. So I got my voice recorder, which seems to be doing fine for some reason. I don't know why. And I have this baseline, not baseline reader, EMF detector. And we're scanning, we're walking everything. What happened in here? What happened in here? The clients go with us. And by the way, for those who don't know, for those of us investigators who do not have a television program supporting every move, I cannot tell my clients, go to a hotel. They have to be there. And it's kind of important for them to be there just so they can tell you what's going on. So the walkthrough and a general sweep happens. I get one camera partially charged up. One of the little camcorders, and so we're asking questions, and we kind of hit the end of the tech through, what I call the tech through. You know, we go through the gadgets, measure everything as best we can, and I say, okay, it's time to bring JJ in. So I'm about to call her, and she calls me. It's like, is it time? I say, yeah, come on up.
Freaking
you
JJ,
really are psychic. So come on up, and she describes what I always usually feel in a haunted location, where we hit that wall. There's this impedance, like it's like moving through jello almost. It's just so sticky and weird and just horrible, humid. Very humid. Always noted that. And the apartment itself is locked at 90 degrees. Never mind, these poor kids are cranking the AC down to zero, subarctic. They're trying to cool this 90? Place up. It's still 90 degrees. And Henry's going, oh, couldn't your AC could be just malfunctioning? I was like, I don't know. It was working 3 days ago, and it's not making any funny noises. I was like, well, we'll see.
Okay.
So she comes in, and she hits the same wall I do, and I was like, wow, something's off around here. And she starts cruising through the kitchen where nothing was really reported. She says, what's on the other side of this wall? And it's the way the place was arranged. It was the main bathroom. And she's the kids tell her that, and the clients tell her that, and the kids, they were 20, they were kids to me. They're
kids to me too.
So they say, oh yeah, it's the main bathroom. We have a lot of problems in there. Well, there's something in there. I can feel it. And it's kind of feeding off this power box right here. It's like, really? Off the direct current? That's pretty, or the direct current. That's kind of crazy. Or the alternating current. I don't know. Any electricians out there?
Yeah, right. Leave us a comment. Let us know.
But anyway, he says that he's tapped into this current. He's really attracted to it, and he loves that these kids are scared. I was like, okay.
Shit.
And as soon as she says that, all the cabinets start vibrating. And then there's this water bottle on this kind of like apothecary style height breakfast bar.
Yeah.
The starts go. That starts vibrating too. So the whole place just starts kind of vibrating a little bit. And she says, now, or something to that effect. And it calms down a little bit. And it's like, all right, JJ, you're on this. Go. Jesus. So she says, okay, I'm going to feel my way through everything else. Like what leads me where. I said, okay, do your thing. We're going to try and conduct an interview off the wall socket. I say, now at this point, I'm saying, screw the battery. I need to record stuff. So they tell us their story. They have an opportunity to tell us their story. And this is where we learned they have a background in Satanism. And it wasn't so much a background in practicing Satanism. It was the fact that this poor girl, who was kind of the crux of this whole issue, was lured into Satanism. And it was somewhere out in the Midwest, where she's originally from, and she makes these friends, and she's kind of not doing great at school, and she doesn't, I guess she had just moved in or something, and suddenly she gets befriended by these really cool people. And they say, why don't you come play hooky with us at our house? So they get her all the drugs and they get her all the, the drinks and the video games. And just basically it's a party lifestyle and she's feeling embraced and all that fun stuff. And then they say to her, like, this is a few weeks into their friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, we have a special thing. We have a little club. And we want you to be a part of it. Oh, fantastic. Is that how you all know each other? Oh, yeah. We've been hanging out for a while. Okay. Why don't you come down after school this time? So you can go. You're going to hang out here either way. But about 2 or 3 o'clock, we're going to do this little welcoming ritual in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, great. Sounds like fun. What's involved in the thing? It's super simple. You walk downstairs. You say you want to join the club. The end. It's like, oh, okay.
Sounds easy enough.
Sounds easy enough. So the day arrives and she shows up and it's video games and drugs and party. And then, hey, it's time. So they said, now there's special clothes you got to wear. And they dress her in this linen dressing gown right out of a movie. What the hell? Man. So they dress in this linen dressing gown right out of a movie. And she says, okay. So induction dress or something they called it, and they march her downstairs. They're all wearing robes. Why are you guys wearing robes? Oh, it's just our thing. Don't worry about it. Just part of our club. Oh my God. You'll get a robe soon. Okay. So they march her down. Okay, what we all need to do in order for this ritual of ours, we just have to have you lay on this table, keep your eyes closed, and rest your hands over your abdomen like this. Really? Yeah. What am I going to do? We're just going to do a little ceremony over you and then you're in. Okay. So she's helped up on there. She lays down and they start chanting. They surround her and she's getting a little suspicious and a little weirded out. And the leader of this group produces an athame, a knife. Chris knife, squiggly blade, the whole thing, like this. And he's about to bring it down into her chest when the sheriffs kick the door in and take everyone to the floor, arrest everyone. Shit. Apparently, they've been watching these guys for a while, and when a murder was about to take place, they moved in.
What the hell?
So, again, right out of a movie. It's like, so she gets saved from them. She gets told the truth. Oh, these guys were hardcore Satanists and you were about to be sacrificed. It's like, oh my God. So she's totally in shock. And she's, she's in therapy and all that fun stuff for a while. And then she finally moves out to my state, to California, to pursue an art degree. And all this stuff. She says, everywhere I went, something always happened. And now it's here, and I'm with my new boyfriend, and I love him so much, and I don't want anything to happen to him or to all my friends who live here. So I want this taken care of. Gotcha. And by the way, my jaw and Henry's jaw are on the floor at this point. It's like, you're kidding me. Oh my goodness. And we're silent. Usually we have comments and little side questions. We just let her talk,
It's very entertaining what she's saying over here.
Wow, man. I mean, and right out of the film, kick the sheriff, saved by the sheriffs at the last second. So at that time, JJ walks out. She says, Tim, Henry, let me have a conversation with you. Okay, great. And I say, let's go out here on the balcony because we closed the door. Get out in the balcony, and it is a very, very refreshing 65 degrees out there outside compared to the 90-degree interior.
Crazy.
So she says, yeah, they definitely got a presence here. There's definitely something really, really evil attacking these kids. And I say, and she says, what do you want me to do? And she's newbie on the team, so I'm going to put her to the test.
Yeah.
I say, I want you to nuke it. I don't want to ever come back here again. If I call them in 2 weeks, they're going to tell me everything's great. If I call them in a month, they're going to tell me everything's great. If I call them 10 years from now, they're going to tell me everything's great. That's what the level of obliteration I want you to deliver upon this thing. And she says,
Hiroshima, right? That's what you're
talking
about.
Yeah. Full on. Big nuclear attack. So I say, nuke it. Literally, my words, nuke it. She says, okay. She goes inside. I say, can we record you? She says, this time, no. Next time, absolutely. I said, okay, fair enough.
Okay.
She already has next time planned in her head. I thought that was brave. I thought it was.
Yeah.
It's like, okay,
It's
she's got
confident, right?
confidence. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Big time confidence. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
love that confidence. So she
Hey,
walks in to the bedroom and she faces this thing, and that's the last look I get of her before we sit down with the clients again and get a little more background on each individual, record some more tape, and then we all feel this boom, this something hits all of us in the chest. And I liken it to if you've ever been to a Civil War reenactment and the cannons go off and you feel it in your chest.
uh-huh.
Okay, it was that, but without the noise. It was just boom, just hit everyone in the chest. And everyone thought it was an earthquake at first. I was like, no, that's no earthquake. No way. It came,
Yeah.
I could sense the direction it came from. And so did Henry, the skeptic. Henry the skeptic said, no, it came from over there. And suddenly the room starts cooling off. The AC is starting to really be effective.
Yeah.
And we're all looking around and we're feeling good. The air, this dead, sticky air is finally lifted and is fading away rapidly. And she walks out and she looks like she went 10 rounds with a prize fighter. Not bruised up or anything, but sweaty, exhausted, you know. Yeah. So she's exhausted. I was like, okay, have a seat, get you some water. And we did. And she explains to the client, okay, here's what you got to do. Don't ever engage in anything you don't fully know about from this point forward. It's like it's like, just, you know, if you have a religion you grew up with, stick with that religion. Do not explore anything else. If you do not have a religion, fine, you're agnostic. Keep it that way, at least for a year or 2 or 5 or whatever, right? And do not engage in anything else that would invite this thing in. And she proceeds to list off a few different things. And they go, and they're paying attention. My heads are not, you know, they're, you know, if they had notebooks, they'd be taking notes. But they're out there, they're okay. Got it. And what had happened, which we didn't know until we got outside, because the boyfriend of the satanic victim followed us down and said, I really want to thank you. And I got to say, I feel a ton better too. And JJ lets us all in on a little secret at that point. She says, well, you've had an attachment sucking your energy out of you.
Wow.
For a long time, and that went with it. I kind of tied it into the whole thing. I sensed it and did something about it. It's like, wow, proactive. Well done. Nicely.
Dude,
nice going.
She's amazing. I'm trying to reach out to her to see if she's available because I want to ask her some questions about this. Tim, first of all,
yeah,
from what I understand, of course, I'm no expert. I don't know. David don't know. But when batteries are being drained or there's there's something sucking the heat from the room, there's cold spots, isn't that kind of like a clue that there's an entity or something in the room that is trying to build some sort of energy to be able to either show itself or make things move or something like that?
Well, regarding the environment, cold spots and stuff like that, in that particular experience, it was the opposite. They were making everything super warm, like hellish and uncomfortable. And that
scared these people, right?
It scared these people big time because it would move stuff and make the cabinets rattle like it did for us. Again, no cameras, but whatever. When it comes, so I mean, cold spots happen. Usually, that's individual spiritual spirits, not a demonic entity like what we were dealing with.
So that was clearly a demonic entity.
That was a demonic entity. Yeah.
A demonic entity that somehow attached itself to her because of the whole ritual thing. The whole
ritual. We suspect it was because the ritual was interrupted.
That's what. See, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Allowed, because the idea to sacrifice someone is to give a demon or the demon they're worshiping a vessel.
Mm-hmm.
That was interrupted, so the demon just latched on instead because he was already on this plane. Yeah.
And certain
That's the theory.
demons, according to, because demons, I mean, there's so much talk of demons today that it's like
Yeah.
a buzzword to try to attract people to watch, or whatever YouTube video
Right.
or whatever. But one of the things a demon is supposedly able to do is to wear you down. And this seems like exactly what this thing was trying to do, was wear
Good
them
analysis.
down.
Yeah, excellent.
Keep
Yeah.
them up, piss them off, scare them, and
them big
eventually
time.
get them to a certain state where like a possession type thing,
Right.
or sort of.
Exactly. I imagine that would have been the next step if they hadn't called us. So
Wow. That is amazing. That's an amazing story. Holy
that's it.
shit.
Yeah. Still gives me chills.
Wow.
Yeah, good stuff. The with regard to the other question about battery draining, that is something that happens kind of universally when you're dealing with the spiritual type of stuff that you can't physically see, demons, spirits, whatever. They will just suck the energy out of direct current systems. So like batteries, and just suck it right out. And it just occurred to me, wall units are alternating current. So I don't know. It was really attracted to that fuse box area though, for whatever reason. So it was, yeah. So that, and they like the current so they can manifest other things apparently.
Yeah, that's
Move
creepy
stuff.
as hell, man.
Yeah.
So she proved herself, huh? She
proved
was
herself
able-
big time, and it was great because as soon as we all got that concussion blast, I saw Henry look to me in this way, like he can't explain it. He says to me as soon as we get in the car, "She's the one. Hire her now." It's like, got it. I'm with you. So.
I like I said, I'm a skeptic. I'm a big skeptic. I would.
You have to be.
I had an experience where I finally believed something. So I had like a ghost experience, and I'm sure people have heard. I've said it in this show and my own show, but I also did not believe in psychics. Like I was like, This is not a thing. And ever since I started down the rabbit hole, my channel on Instagram and YouTube and TikTok and all that, I've been approached by psychics. Thank you, sir. Psychics, tarot readers, all sorts of people that have tried to read me and have been wrong. And like, okay, well, I guess this isn't a real thing. It's just probably not. Right. And then I saw a show that was called Let's Get Freaky with Tommy Cole. Yeah. Shout out to Tommy.
Big time. I love Tommy. He's great.
Yeah, Tommy's a great friend of mine. I've been on his show several times. But I was listening. I was flying to Virginia to see my stepson, Clint. And I thought, I'm going to listen to Tommy's show. I'm going to download it and listen to it. Yeah. And it just so happened to be JJ. Never met her, never talked to her, listened to the show. And I was amazed, like, okay, she's got something, right? She's very intelligent, and she's able to convey what she's talking about in a way that you don't feel like you don't know, like you understand what she's saying.
Right.
It's very clear. And she seems like she knows what she's talking about. Well, she was talking about some sort of fairy in the woods, or the fairy spirits in the forest or something like that. She had interacted with this, and I was not believing none of it, man. I was like, no, are you serious? You're talking about fairies in the forest? And so, but I thought she was so impressive that I had to reach out to her. So I messaged her. Hi, how you doing? I'm David from Down the Rabbit Hole. I loved your spot on Tommy. I think you did a fantastic job. And she says, oh, well, thank you so much. Would you like me to do a spot check?
Spot check, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the spot. You've heard of the spot check? Yeah,
I've heard the spot check quite well. Yeah.
I've heard a story that she did you guys all at once.
Yeah.
What
true.
The hell? So she proved to me that she was real when she did that. And
did you feel it? Did you feel her tap in?
It was, you know what's funny is I was so freaked out about it, and I tried to debunk it for days and weeks that I could not do it. I was like, what I don't know what happened. So I reached out to her again. I said, what did you do?
Right.
She says to me with a straight face that she left her body, found me, even though I wasn't even in San Antonio where I'm from. I was in Virginia.
Yeah.
Found me in a minute, 1 minute, and then proceeded to look into my aura,
Yeah.
which caused the vibration. Because it was a very, very kind of like I thought I was having a heart attack, Tim. That's what it felt like.
Okay.
Shaking around, man. And
Okay.
then she texted me after she was done, because I was telling my girlfriend, I said, I think I'm having a heart. I don't know what's happening. I feel like I'm vibrating on a totally different level
Yeah.
that I've ever experienced. And then she texted me and she, okay, I'm done. And it slowly went away.
Yeah.
And then she gave me 5 points of what she saw, and she was dead on center on all of it. And I could not explain it.
Yeah. That's our JJ. She's fantastic. She's really good. Whenever we go on an investigation, like, because it usually takes us a day or two to really kind of collect and then go to the location. She'll do that with me and says, okay, you know how to treat your own aura. I said, yeah, but back me up anyway. You know how scared I am about that type of thing. And that is a detriment as an investigator. You don't want that fear. So she alleviates the fear. I do my own work. I'm not as powerful as she is, obviously, but it's great when she, like, when we were doing another film project, she was actually brought on. This was about 2-3 months ago. She was brought on not only as a makeup artist, and she is a fantastic makeup artist, but as a spiritual protector, I guess. And it's because the content of the film was based on demonic possession.
Oh, wow.
And not that the writer-director was necessarily a believer, but he's cautious enough to not dismiss it. So he says, I just want some protection out there. And so during one of the breaks, she says, hey, Tim, look at this. Look at this. And she takes me out to the driveway of the house we're using. And she says, stick your hand out over the gutter. I said, okay. I play along. And I said, just wait for a second. You'll feel it. And I was like, oh my God, it's really cold out here. She says, I know. So her energy was filling that entire house. I was like, good for you. That's amazing. So it was like a force field of good vibes, basically.
Man, yeah.
It was amazing.
She mentioned something about working with you on a film crew, where you were shooting something. I was like, oh, really? Yeah. And she had mentioned something. Yeah. So it's like coming to me as you're saying this, that she had, but I didn't know it was 3 months ago. I think has she ever worked with you before that?
Yeah, sure. She did some makeup work for us on Blaney Tucker's Ghost. That was fun. I used all my investigative, paranormal investigative momentum on that one. Momentum? Yeah, it was based on my experiences, and I just transferred it to a different character.
Very nice.
It was cool.
I do know that she's worked with me on some things, and I have something I don't think I had before, which was I can pick up on energy now. Like, I guess I kind of was able to do this before, but it's becoming more how can I say it? It's becoming more. Yeah, it's getting a little to where if a person is open, I can sense it.
Yeah.
Generally, I run into because I'm a rideshare driver, and so I pick up a lot of people.
Oh.
And a lot of people are like closed, right? They're not willing to share their whatever. But every once in a while, I get someone in there who's really happy and they're open. And when that happens, I can tell what's happening in their lives. Like, for example, I'll give you an example. Sure. This woman got in. She was young. She was dressed nicely, right? She was wearing pants and a shirt and this and that. And I was getting all this information. I didn't know what the hell was happening because I was like, why am I imagining that she's going to a pool with her friends and that she's a manager? What is all this? I don't get it, right? But I can tell she was very bubbly and happy.
Yeah.
And so I asked her, are you going to a pool party? And she goes, yes. I said, are you going to see a whole bunch of friends? She goes, yes. How did you know that? I said, I don't know. I felt like that's what you were going to do for some reason. She goes, I'm not even wearing my bathing suits under this. And I was like, well, I said, also, are you a manager for something? I feel like you're a manager. She goes, yes, I'm a manager at this tea place. I just got promoted and I'm really excited. Dude, I was like,
right on.
I called JJ immediately. I said, what is happening? She goes, you're opening up and you're accepting the energy. You're listening and you're doing all this. So just to shout out JJ, she has a YouTube page out there where she will help you with some things. You can learn some things from her. And
it's timeless too. She has a lot of episodes that are already up that are from a couple, 3 years ago even.
Yes.
And they are helpful if you're starting out in the psychic field of work.
Exactly. If you
good start.
Think you need a little help learning a couple of things, definitely go to her Instagram page. It's JJRose777. From there, you can go to her YouTube. Got a lot of great videos. I watched some of those and they help. They really help. So
yeah.
So Tim, you are a director, yes?
Filmmaker, yes. I do it all.
Man, do you act? Do you also act?
I do act, yeah. I'm classically trained. I did Shakespeare for 2 or 3 years.
No, dude. I did so I did The Pirates of Penzance in college.
Nice.
And I also did Macbeth.
The Scottish play.
Yeah. I had a speaking part, but they made a part specifically for me because the witches in the beginning, the 3 witches, they gave those witches witch boys, right? And I was in college at the time, and so because I was able to persuade the director that I would be good in this, he made a new part, and I actually got a line in there. But the thing was, I didn't know. I was too young. I didn't know about guys who like guys or that kind of thing.
Oh, sure.
And apparently he was like that. He loved what I did, so he put me in bloomers, and that was it. I just wore shorts, very short shorts, and was put on stage growling and doing all this business. But it was such a great experience.
Right on.
I really loved it.
Oh, that's cool, dude. No, I did 2 Shakespeare tours.
Nice.
Right in college, and then I was still honing my craft, and then after that I did like something on the order of, was it like 6, 7, even 8 years worth of community theater, just still honing my craft. I kept getting more and more leads. That was fun. And then all my hair fell out. I like they're leading in with full heads of hair. P.S. Just so y'all know, I was this close to getting a wig, but I said, nah, screw it.
Good man.
And then, so I did that, and the Shakespeare thing was happening in tandem with my Air Force experience. I was in the ROTC program at university out here, so that was interesting. There was and I got a lot of military leads because I had the crew cut, right? So I was Laertes and Hamlet, and I was one of the lovers in Much Ado. Not Much Ado. No, I was in Much Ado. Yeah, I was in there. But it was the Midsummer Night's Dream. I think it was Demetrius.
That's a good one. I love that one.
Yeah, that's a good play. And it worked, And then I had this smaller role because we had like 4 plays we did in this rotation. And the great thing about smaller roles is you can make them your own. So one day, just kind of on a whim, really, I played the character Peter, who was the houseboy for Romeo and Juliet in the was it Capulets? Juliet Capulet, is that right? Or is she Juliet Montague? I can't remember. Juliet's house. So it's like, hey Peter, go fetch the what's it? I was like, okay, definitely gonna go fetch it. Definitely gonna do it. So I did Rain Man.
That's awesome.
And apparently that was really a bad thing because I walk off my thing and suddenly there's no dialogue. That's like, what's going on? And I'm watching the two actresses. I surprised them with it. They didn't expect that, so they were
That's
laughing their asses
hilarious.
off. It was pretty funny, and I kept doing it, even though they told me
Great.
not to. And it worked. You know, the audiences loved it. Where'd you come up with that idea? It's like on the off the top of my head, but yeah, it was fun. It was.
So, what was your first film that you put together?
The first film I put together was, let me think. Actually, we did an attempt at TOL, actually.
Okay.
It was a concept piece done in 2018. We wrapped it in 2009. I'm sorry, finished it up in 2019. Took it to the American Film Festival that same year, and we were starting to get some buzz and some interest, and then the pandemic hit. And everything went away. They forgot about me. It took 2 years, you know. And so I was basically, do you remember that thing? You can't do that apparently in Hollywood. It's like, do you remember me from way back when? That was whole 2 years ago. What are you talking about? I guess not. All right. So that went by the wayside. And then after that was, let's see, I think that was Blaney Tucker's Ghost. That was next. Mm-hmm. And Blaney Tucker's Ghost, like I said before, was based on my experiences as a paranormal investigator, and also an experiencer, because I've also seen spirits and had psychic events and all that fun stuff that happened to me even before I went into paranormal investigation. Mm-hmm. And that was fun. That was really cool to see that experience kind of come to life. And we did it so well, we started winning awards for it. So we won an award, and we won best horror feature or horror short, excuse me, at one or two.
Where did it show?
It showed in Florida. It was at a Florida film festival, and it showed there, won an award, and I think we got a couple honorable mentions and a couple of other festivals.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah, it was cool. And so
you had to go to Florida to show it? You had to...
No, I was planning on it, but they let me know too late, and getting out there was like $1,000 trip. It's like, I don't know if I wanted to do that. So I said, to save everyone some money, because my producers were doing this a little too much for their own comfort. It's like, oh, you need 100 for this? Okay. You need 1,000 for that? Okay. You need how much for what now? They stopped. Their generosity was starting to get lean. So
that's really cool.
Had to rein that in. And then I've been helping my buddy Sammer with a couple of different smaller projects, one was a pirate project, which was fun. It was all about Anne Bonny, so historical narrative. And then we did Maledictions, cool, which was his first horror short, and it was fun. That's the one JJ helped out on. It did some protection work too. Nice. And then we did, just recently we wrapped a second TOL adventure, which is, I'm editing right now.
Oh, is that right? Okay, yeah. So TOL.
Yeah.
Let me see if my memory serves me. Tribus Omnis Lux.
Tribus Omnis Lux. Yeah. I'm being particular about the Latin.
Yeah, I totally Americanized it.
It's okay, no worries.
But yeah, and this is a series of books. I just did a video of this.
Yeah, man, thanks for that. I meant to thank you for that. That was fantastic.
My pleasure, man. It was, we definitely need to get this onto a TV series.
Yeah.
Because it's a series of books, right?
Yeah.
And you're working on, if I'm not mistaken, book 3.
Working on book 3 right now, yeah.
That's awesome, man. Okay,
for sure.
Can you give us a breakdown of like what it's about?
I can do better than that.
Oh,
let me do a little manipulating on my side here.
Sure. Manipulate away.
Okay.
This is where the weird ones are, so it doesn't matter. Go ahead and manipulate.
So we'll just mess up his show. It's not your show.
Yeah. What does he know?
He'll just kick you off.
Kevin,
okay. What are you doing? You started getting texts. Hey, I'm watching the show, dude. All right. Okay, so I'm going to share a window.
Okay.
And
go for it.
Is it there? Is it up?
It is working. I see it. It has. Let me go ahead and. add it to the stage.
Okay, there it is. Okay,
All
so
right.
this is our little baby intro trailer. Enjoy.
All right.
Long ago in the ancient world, the Tribus Omnis Lux, later known as the Tridents, were celebrated heroes, defenders of humanity against unspeakable monsters. Today, they continue that sacred duty in secret, hunting the dark evils that lurk just beyond the shadows. They are the Trident of Light.
And that is all we
Very
have.
cool.
That's
Man.
that's the little intro. I
Very
don't know
cool.
if your audience heard that or not, but I tried. To
I heard
make
it. No, if
Okay,
I
good.
heard it, I think it's going to go in. Yeah, I heard it. Hey, that's great, man. So you got 3 that protect.
3 protectors, and in the story in the books, you'll find out that there are 3 per city, per large city,
Okay.
and that the intervening spaces in between those cities are held by rover teams, what we call rover teams, because they kind of rove all over the world, all over the in between spaces. They usually have larger teams, like 6 or 9 or something, but always in increments of 3. Our focus in the books is on Team 408 out of San Jose, or Silicon Valley, I think we have to call it, because San Jose is an incorporated city and they won't let me use their name.
Holy crap! I didn't know that. That's hilarious.
So we're from the city of Silicon Valley or something like that. I can't remember how I put it in the books now. But so we follow these 3 guys, and when we first start out, it's just Emily and John Lantry, who are it was the blonde and the gentleman in the center, and they take on a possessed girl, which is based on the satanic girl from the story I just told you.
That's awesome.
I incorporated that. I took a little bit of creative license with that, but we basically tell that story.
How can you not, right? I mean,
Really?
it was writing
it's so
itself.
cinematic, man. I mean, you gotta.
Freaking awesome.
It starts off with that, and then he gets some grief from headquarters, TOL headquarters, which is on the other side of the world. They say, you need a third. You can't just operate on 2 people. You need your third. Go find him now. And that's where the character I play comes in. His name is Jake, and he's supposed to be a transfer from Detroit.
Oh,
He's a detective, and I totally lifted that from Beverly Hills Cop.
yeah.
Little pieces of familiarity build a brand new narrative. It's always fun. So when he comes on board, we discover that he's especially studious. I mean, he just absorbs everything and is able to get it the first time. So he gets he's somehow. Oh, I know. They go to this case where this elderly lady says, "Well, I keep hearing these noises in my basement," and I think it tried to hurt the little boy next door
Oh shit.
because I had this security camera footage, and she plays it back for him. And there's this little boy. He runs up, and he's in his PJs. No, I don't want to. He's just one-sided conversation. We're not hearing the other side. I don't want to. No, that's not fair. I'm not doing what you ask anymore. And runs away. And we hear this ungodly roar that comes over the cameras. This demonic roar. And it woke her up. And now the little boy's in a coma. So something ethereal happened. So when they go to check on the case, we find that Jake had done a little bit of reading because he saw some of the reference books in the leader's, John Lantry's office, and he's the leader of the group. And so he did a little checking on his own, and he's able to defeat the demon through the little bits of research he did. It was great. So he says,
Oh, wow.
there's our third. And so the 3 of them come together. And that's all I'm
That's
going to
cool.
give away in the book.
Is that like the first book?
That's book 1, yeah.
Okay. Well, I gotta tell you, man. Daddy do like blondes. So nice job on that.
Thank you.
Lantry, is he a Native American or what?
No, he's African American.
African. Okay, that's what I thought I saw, but
Yeah.
one never knows. You know what I'm saying? These
I
days.
get you. Although Native American.
I love the name though.
Thank you.
It kind of makes me think Native. I kind of like that. Okay, and you have a book 2 out, which
Yeah.
I have purchased the first one.
Oh, excellent. Thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate the 35 cents of residuals.
I want to read it, and I want to be on board for book 2, and then of course book 3.
And book 3, hopefully that'll be coming out. If I do everything right, I'm looking at March for a release.
Okay,
March
cool.
2026.
So, where can people buy this book?
You have to go to Amazon. That's where I published them. And when you look for book 1, look for second edition. First edition isn't out there anymore because it was really poorly published, put together, edited. That's my fault.
Yeah.
So second edition is out there. For book 1, second edition, and then book 2 is its normal everyday first edition, and we just kind of picks up the story where it left off.
Very awesome.
Then, yeah, man.
So, as I understand it, is there a character that is based on Double J Rose 777, or am I crazy?
No, there really isn't, because I had this concept before we met. I think she fancies that Emily is based on her, but unfortunately, JJ, no. You got the blonde hair in common. But no, it was based on Daisy Duke, actually.
Oh yeah,
Original Daisy Duke
from the what was the name of that show?
Dukes of Hazzard.
Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
Everyone loved the car back then, and then
the Charger.
All this,
challenge. Yeah, absolutely.
It was beautiful, and now everyone is indifferent towards it because it has whatever flag. Oh my God! We're so different than we were back then. Remember, it was just nice to watch a TV show and
without
enjoy
all this politicalism. Yeah,
I hate politics, man. I am so sick.
I can't really abide. Largely can't abide political correctness. That's the problem I have with it. I don't know, but it's. I'm okay with. The Confederate flag.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I get it. They were the opposition to the Civil War or whatever.
Yeah.
But so what? I mean, come on.
I mean, the argument is one side it was used to terrorize a group, and then the other side is, dude, it was y'all lost with that flag. Okay, you want to wave a loser's flag out there? Okay. Yeah, I'm just saying what is being said out there. This does not come from Dave, okay? It's not come from
nor
Kevin.
does that come from Tim, really.
Nor Tim. All right, I'm just saying what they're saying. All right.
Yeah.
So, so the books. Looking forward to reading it.
Thanks,
Number one.
Enjoy.
I am. I love TV shows and movies. I have a show that I do with Kevin and with Alicia Watson. It's called The Real Verdict, which I have a robe, I have my we rate movies. Kevin and Alicia, they either are the the prosecution or they're the defense, and they try to convince me. It's really fun. We have a good time with it.
That's fun. I gotta tune into that sounds great.
And I also have a channel that's called DTRH Cinematic Universe, where I rate as a movie judge, and I do a lot of TV shows too. And I've been watching some really great shows out there that I'm really enjoying. Pluribus is one. I don't know if you heard of this.
I heard of it. I haven't seen it yet.
You listen. I don't know if you're a Breaking Bad fan or okay. And what was the other one? I really love the other one. Better Call Saul.
I never got into that.
Dude,
never got into that. I probably should, but
just like Breaking Bad, the first season was 7 episodes, and you're like, what is happening? But then season 2, and it's like, this show rocks.
Okay.
Same thing with Saul. It starts off slow. This is a prequel. And then you start to see developments into Breaking Bad where characters start to show up that were in Breaking Bad. So it was really good. But this is nothing like those two shows. It's totally different.
Is it based on that universe, or
You know what's funny? It's no, I don't think it is. Maybe it is. I don't really know, but it is set in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
The
man
producer's
loves that.
from there, right? He
Yeah.
loves that area, right?
They love it. I actually went to Albuquerque a couple of years ago just because of my love for those two shows. I got to see all the sites. Basically, they're there.
Oh, fun!
Really cool. It was, yeah. If you love the shows, Pluribus is really good. Totally different show.
Okay,
But I like it. Makes you think, man. And then I'm not sure if you're a Stephen King fan.
oh sure.
Okay, It was a great book. I read that book,
Yeah,
and
I read
then
the book too.
both the TV show back in the 90s, and then
Oh, the miniseries, yeah,
the miniseries with Tim Curry.
Yeah,
I love that. That was
Ooh,
great.
That was amazing. That was
And
really
I thought,
well done.
how are they going to improve on that? And they did. They did.
Did you like the second movie? Because I saw that too.
I loved it. I loved it.
That was also in 2 parts.
Yeah, 2 movies. Right.
Yeah.
And the guy Bill Skarsgård who plays Pennywise.
Bill brought it, man. He was great in that role.
Dude.
Yeah.
Man. Oh, I was impressed. Now there's a TV show out there on HBO called Welcome to Derry. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I have.
Bill is killing it on a whole other level.
He's making it. He's definitely rocking it. Yeah, for sure.
It's actually scary. It's scarier than the movies, man. Like his portrayal of this character, and it looks way scarier. That I'm out walking my dog at like 9 or whatever, and I think I see him in the corner. I'm like, what? Holy crap! Good show, very good show.
Right on.
TOL needs to be.
That's the next one.
That needs to be a TV show, man.
Thanks, man. That's
that
the goal.
Needs to be a TV show.
That's the goal. So we shot some stuff. I can share. Can I share photos?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see. They're saying you can, and then there's actually making it happen.
Yeah, right.
Because you gotta be kidding me. That's silly. There we go. I can share a couple of these. Let's see here. And they're small. I mean, they're just little snippets.
That's cool.
Okay. So let me share my screen again. And check that out. Sharing. There we go. I'm sharing it. So we have this is a couple of candid still behind the scenes shot, and there's our lady Emily right there.
All right.
And then
who are these other ladies?
So this is Olivia. She plays Serafina. I'm circling her right now. Hope you can see it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then this is Chloe. She plays Millie. And this one, she's out of focus, poor thing. That's Casey. She plays Tiffany. Oh, wow. And all 3 are witches young witches in a newly formed coven. And originally they're supposed to be the bad guys in the TOL universe, but they get inducted into the good guys side. So
like white witches, huh? Was that what
white witches? Yeah. They weren't dark practitioners to start with. They were just clumsy with their magic. And it's mostly Serafina's fault here. The goth girl, I'm circling, because she's a little dim-witted in the show. She has these bouts of savantism, and that shows up in
that's hilarious.
And everything. So she she knows about black holes and various fields that they operate in. But when it comes to she misheard yellow for jello in one thing, and she turned a bridge instead of turning a bridge that's normally blue yellow. She turned it into jello. Because she misheard things. So funny little things like that. And this one here in the clearer shot is Marjorie. She plays Gloria. Okay. And she's a brilliant actress. Just absolutely brilliant. And this is a scene where they're all got something going on with them there. I don't want to give too much away, but the magic backfires. So they're all grabbing their faces. And in post, they're going to have stuff happening to their faces.
Oh, cool.
And this is them prior to everything going kaflooey. And this is more of them just, there's a clearer shot of Casey. There she is right there. And this is me ticking off Emily. Jake ticking off Emily. And then us just looking all serious and everything.
Man, you look good, bro.
Thanks,
you look
man.
good in that.
Appreciate that. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Absolutely, dude. Oh, that's so cool. So yeah, so director, actor, producer, and writer.
And writer, yeah.
You do it all.
And actor. Did we say actor?
Yes, we did.
Okay, good. Editor.
Very good,
I'm also
man.
editing this thing.
You edited it too? Jesus.
Yeah.
Wept.
Actually, that was my first professional job in film, was editing.
Is that right? What did you edit?
I edited a television show, a little daytime talk show type magazine. I was the only editor. Ergo, I earned the title chief editor.
Nice. Oh man, that looks good on the resume.
It was the only English speaking show on the Vietnamese network.
Okay.
Yeah, I know that came out of nowhere for me too, but yeah, that's what it was. I actually
and you did it here, or did you do it in Vietnam?
No, it was here in San Jose. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They have a, it was like American programming in Vietnamese, or I guess they had imported Vietnamese programming and they aired it here for the Vietnamese community. And there were like 2 stations, one up here, one in LA.
That's cool.
So yeah, I edited a magazine, a talk show for about a year. And then they converted it back to Vietnamese and I lost my job.
Just because you didn't know the language?
No, it was because the audience loved the show, but they kept getting the complaint back. You're saying it in English, and there's no translation, so I don't know what you're saying.
That's it.
Yeah, they had a completely, like, I'd say 99% Vietnamese audience. So.
Oh man, that's
case of rock. But it was fun. That was my first paid gig doing that.
So I saw you just brought something up the other night. I heard of because I'm trying to do these things that I want to be calling like the down the rabbit hole minute or multiple minute thing, where I'm going to talk about something that's very, very interesting that you got to go down the rabbit hole on.
Of course.
One of the things I came across was a man in Vietnam who, going back into, I think it was 1946.
Okay.
Was it 46 or I can't remember, but it's in during the war that they call the American War, which was our war, which actually was in the 60s. But anyway, he's okay. Yeah, it's probably 66. Anyway, the man had he's a Vietnamese man. He was not a part of the Viet Cong. He was living in Vietnam during the war, and he was injured and also had severe PTSD from the war. And he claims that during that period is the last time he slept.
Oh, really?
Right. That's what he claims.
Okay.
So there was I found some like an old, going back to like maybe the early 80s, where they were talking to him and he claims he has not slept. He wants to sleep. It's for whatever reason, his brain never shuts off and he does not get tired. So sometimes he'll just work all night because he's got 2 or 3 properties. He has a big rice paddy where he works and makes rice, and he also makes rice wine, and he tends to, livestock, his own animals, pigs and chickens and all this. And the man never stops. And so he has a very heavy diet of rice wine that he creates himself and cigarettes.
Rice moonshine, I dig it.
Yeah, it's like they tested. It's like just as strong, if not stronger than vodka. And he drinks a liter of this a day. Like he drinks it all day.
He drinks a liter a day. Oh
yeah. All day long. That's what he's drinking. And he's giving shots to friends and what have you.
Wow.
So now it's hard for me to believe something like this because I thought you would die if you don't get sleep, right? Doesn't that make sense?
It does and it doesn't. There was a similar experiment run in Russia, and I think you probably heard this story.
Yes, I love this story.
For those who don't know, in Russia during the Soviet era, there was an experiment done where they were trying to see if they could make their soldiers more effective by keeping them up longer and making them have a need for less sleep, and how to condition their soldiers to get to that point and so on and so forth. At one point, the general, was the general or the colonel involved, is told shut it down.
Oh.
And he says, okay, but their research station is in the boonies, even for Russia, man. It's in the sticks, right?
Mhm.
And so they says, yeah, we'll shut it down. Sure, yeah, that's it. I shifted into the whole thing. He keeps it going in secret. And because his scientists are saying, we're at the threshold of understanding what's going on, and we just need more time. So he gives them more time off the books. And as the experiment continues, they're given an injection to keep them awake initially and an injection to put them to sleep after a certain period of time. This is how I remember the story anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But after a while, the injection to put them to sleep stops working.
Oh,
and they
shit.
stop giving them the injection to keep them awake because they keep staying awake. And every time the lights get turned on, they complain and say, shut it off. Okay, so now they're living in darkness and they don't sleep. And they're sabotaging the cameras all the time. Right? In this thing. It's like, we got to get these guys out of here. So they finally muscle their way in. They have barricaded the door at this point, those in the experiment, because they like being awake. They like it. They see more, is what they say.
Okay.
And now they're seeing, it's because it's like we suddenly know the truth of the world around us. That's the word. Those are the words they use. It's like they've been subjected to being awake so much that they're not only their regular eyes been opened, but their third eyes.
Third eye.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. So now they're able to perceive alternate dimensions, beings that were never before perceptible because they've been awake more and more and more. And so they muscle their way in. They're gonna shut this down, whether these kooks want to get shut down or not. Their words, not mine. And they wrestle a couple of them out into a surprisingly dimly lit hallway, and they're struck. Oh my God, the light hurts too damn bright out here. I can't do it. I can't do it. And they get two of them out. The rest of them manage to re-barricade the door. So the two they get out, they finally pump them with like an elephant's worth of tranks to get them under again, calm them down, get them to sleep. When they finally wake up, they say, what happened in there? I said, it was the most amazing thing in the world. We saw things that I didn't even know existed. Alternate dimensions, strange new beings. And it's like, wow. I mean, they pierced the veil, you know. They saw everything around them on multiple dimensional layers, basically. And they said, we understand why we see ghosts. We understand why we see aliens. I mean, they're rattling off all these mysteries that mankind has experienced and had an answer for it, basically. And that's, you know, they finally get these guys conditioned and back into a regular schedule. And I think they rotate back into regular service. The other guys, though, the ones being experimented on, still barricaded in there, take things a step further. It's like, we will not be put to sleep. So they cut off their own eyelids.
Oh.
With implements they basically fashion from the bed frames and the pieces of chip pieces of the stone walls in there and whatever. And they cut off their eyelids. Like, now we will never go to sleep and we will know everything. So, and I think at one point there's one of them that starts being able to read minds to a degree.
Holy shit.
And so he starts talking to the colonel of the speaker, which is still barely working because they try to take it out. It says, Colonel, you should check with your daughter. Something's wrong with her. Something like that. So he says, this guy's an idiot. Then he gets a call, like maybe 24 hours later. Your daughter's terribly sick. She's on the verge of death. You better get out here right now.
Holy shit.
God. So, yeah. So, I don't know. That's kind of where the story stops.
Yeah.
We don't know what happened to those soldiers. We don't know what happened to the experiment. We don't know if they're still out there or if they were cleansed or what. But that's kind of where the story stops. But I mean, the longer these guys stayed awake, the more they saw. So I'd be curious to know if this guy has similar stories.
It would be interesting, but he seemed like a regular dude that just, he wants to go to sleep.
Okay.
He was asking, "Can you help me? Is there any way you can help me?" Like, there was this YouTuber that was out there just to see if he can find him and talk to him. The guy spent like a night or 2 nights with him. He never went to sleep. He never went. He tried. He would get in his PJs, lay in his bed, and they were filming, and he was like, my mind never turns off. My body might rest some, but they said, "Well, do you sleep at all? Is there any way?" He goes, "If I drink enough rice wine, I can sleep for an hour, maybe 2 at the most."
Then his mind wakes him up again?
Yeah, his wine, he goes, it never stops. It never stops. So I don't know how anyone can survive that. And I actually posted about that experiment that Russia did.
Oh, yeah.
And there were some pictures of a few of the...
Yeah.
Had you seen pictures?
I've seen the pictures. I think they were from something else, actually.
I do think so, too. There's no way that's a real person.
No. I think that was a illustration or a modified picture. I think I know the one you're talking about. So.
Yeah, it was a weird looking. Yeah, it could have been. It's like AI before AI was a thing, really.
Yeah, but it was an overlay of a few different things. It was interesting, but it basically conveyed the same point. It really did convey the point.
You actually explained it a little more deeply than I had heard it, so that makes me. Yeah, it's very intriguing to be able to reach that level. I think some people have talked that DMT or like doing that kind of stuff.
Right.
Or
you're talking about the laser line.
Yes, where you can see the code. You're looking into the basically the matrix or the code of everything.
Yeah,
essentially. And there was another doctor. His name escapes me, but he was on stage with Neil deGrasse Tyson and a few other scientists, and he was giving a presentation. And he was saying how whenever you go deep down into, say, a plant, you can actually get to the place where there's a code that represents.
Oh yeah, there's a math. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
There's a mathematical code you can actually elicit from the matter.
Yes. Yeah. And he says that it's computer code. It's not like it's it's just a regular. He goes, it's really computer code. Neil deGrasse Tyson was blown away, and you don't blow that guy away.
He respected that guy. You could tell. It's like, this dude's renowned,
He was not like, "Oh, you're full of it." No, he was like, "Wait, you're telling me that if you break everything down, there's a code at the base of every..." He goes, "Yes, computer code." So, I mean, we're in a simulation. We're in a simulation. I'm just going to say it.
I used to balk at that at the same time, and I still do to a degree. I'm not totally convinced that it's a simulation per se. What I do know, though, is that if we go down that far at the subatomic, like what that doctor was talking about.
Yeah, like a quantum level or something.
Yeah. You can, just like our DNA, AGT, 4 things. 4 things make up our DNA. AGT and the other one. I can't remember what it is now. Damn, that pre-med stuff just didn't stick.
I'm telling you. It's not that you don't know it. It's just that we're at a certain age and stuff just swims out,
Yeah, for sure. But it's AGT something else. There's a H? Is it H? Anyway. GAT. Oh, that's it. It's GATD. That's right. That's what
okay.
Yes, those 4 things make up our DNA. So the code is there, and it's amazing that we can only just go down so far before we hit building blocks, like literal building blocks of life. So to say it's a simulation, you can certainly make that assumption, and I can certainly see why you would make that assumption. But for me, given I don't know, I'm not like the super scientist. I don't have a degree in science per se, but I am a scientist in that I always pursue knowledge at the scientific level.
Right. Well said.
And for me to know a computer code, that totally. I believe that there is some sort of code, some basic wavelength of material that we already do it. We have the CRISPR
Yes. Right.
Build stuff from absolutely nothing, you know, and we can build viruses, antiviruses, and even larger life forms. It's, you know, we've cracked that code,
Yeah.
as they say. So to say it's computer code, I don't know if it's C++ or,
Yeah,
or
right,
something
right.
like that, but
It's too basic.
yeah. So
He actually said HTML, which made me laugh out loud.
that's no HTML is super simple, dude. If
And
I
I
could
was like,
build
"Are you kidding me, dude? HTML?" He goes, "It looks like HTML." Okay.
okay, so he looks
Okay.
like it looks like lines of code. I get it. I
Yeah,
get
it looks
it.
like
I get
code.
it.
I got it. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I love all this stuff, man.
Oh,
I
me
love
too.
all this. It's just so interesting to talk about. I cannot prove it's one way or the other, and there's no way. Now, some scientists have said mathematically there's a 1 in a billion chance that we're not in a simulation. A 1 in a billion chance. I don't know why they.
Fermi? Are you talking about the Fermi paradox?
I'm talking about the some Japanese scientist did the math. Now, do I know what math we're referring to?
Is
No.
this Hikako?
He
Hikachio?
did. No. It's not
Okay.
him. It's an actual Japanese guy still in Japan, a scientist that did the math, and he proves, according to him, the math checks out,
Yeah.
and it is that we are in a simulation. According to this scientist, he's had it peer reviewed, and there's some people that agree with him. Of course, there are people that don't agree with him.
Yeah.
But I find it fascinating that some dude
That
took
is
the
fascinating.
time to do the math and see if it checks out.
Yeah.
And according to him, it checks out. Now I don't know if that means that we are actually in
Well,
a
the
simulation.
fact that he had so many people disagree with him
Yeah,
makes
I
me
mean
think,
everything.
well,
So many
yeah.
people disagreed with Einstein's theory of relativity, and you know sometimes he keeps popping out winners from that, even though he's dead.
yeah. Still to
And
this day.
sometimes he pops out some losers, man.
Yeah, he's
You know?
owned a few of those theories too. Yeah,
But
that's for sure. Am I hot?
well-
Have I been like extra hot this whole time on the mic? Have I been too loud for you?
no,
No. Oh, okay,
No.
good. Okay,
sound good to
stuff.
me.
All right.
All right, Tim.
I'm
We have
peeking on
reached
my
the
end.
portion of the show that is not on Where the Weird Ones Are because Kevin doesn't have this concept, but I have a thing on my show that I like to call the 6 questions. And we're going to
Okay,
do
good.
this Tim Sudano style. The 6
Okay, got
questions.
it.
All right, sir. Question number 1. Where did you how did you get to becoming a paranormal investigator? What led you to that?
I started out my investigative career as a private investigator. So I did work with humans, you know, that was my thing. And
Really?
I went to school to learn how to be a better detective. And in doing so, I met other on-the-job detectives in the police force who had to take their continuing education stuff to, update their techniques and all that fun stuff.
That's awesome.
And so I learned a ton from not only the teacher, but from those detectives that were around me. And so I knew how to be a better detective in the private sector. And then I see ghost hunters, and then I see a couple of their spinoffs. It's like, they're skipping a few steps. And they're important steps,
Right.
You're, and I was like, okay. And I believe in the spiritual and the UFOs and the Bigfoot and all that. So I said, I talked to my buddy Henry about this. I said, you know what? I think I'll start doing paranormal investigation. And he says, okay, need a partner?
Wow.
Done.
That was easy, huh?
That
You
was
just-
super easy. And so
Wow.
we didn't have a case yet. And I hadn't really put advertising out there. I said, well, let's test our effectiveness on something really rare and something that's going to require a lot of research. And he says, good idea. What do you got in mind? I said, there's a legend, just a legend, at my college campus about a person that committed suicide on the opening week of this theater house. And some people have reported ghostly activity around the area. And he says, oh, okay, great. So I do my research, and find out that the theater house is on. It doesn't really apply to the case, but it's set where an older house used to be.
Mm-hmm.
So they actually picked that house up, moved it across the courtyard, and then built this new theater there in the 70s. I guess it had a better front to it because there's this sunken garden area with a fountain in the middle of it. It's really quite pretty. So anyway, they do that, and their opening week, there's the ballet comes and performs, and in the I guess on I don't remember what day. I think it was a Friday. Everyone's dressed up. They got their gowns and their tuxes on. Everyone's looking sharp. Great play, ballet rather, and they standing over for everyone, flowers, bows, the whole thing. House lights come up, and this young man in the second or third row. Everyone, can I have your attention, please? Stop what you're doing right here. Look at me, please. And his girlfriend's with him. And she, what are you doing? She says, that's okay. You stand up for me too. Okay. And he gets down on one knee. He gets everyone's attention. She gets down on one knee and proposes to her. Says some beautiful words to kind of carry the whole thing along. And she denies him.
Oh, damn, son.
Yeah. So he's shocked and stands up and runs out in tears. Right? Trying to be as much of a man about as he can. He's trying to keep it back, but he's clearly crying as he leaves.
Oh, shit.
Everyone loses track of him. The girl gets, it's like, oh, that's okay. Now that everyone's ready, you're young, there's plenty of time, yada, yada. So they're closing the place down. There's a few stragglers stuck at the bar. They just won't go home, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and this is back in the day, there was the mezzanine that's where the bar was. Back in the day, and it had the balcony. Well, they finally get everyone downstairs, but the balcony was still open. And there's this kid, and he swan dives off it's only a second story, but nonetheless, he goes head first into the cement below. Gone. Damn. That's the legend. Pretty detailed legend, because every person I asked about it told me the exact same thing.
Okay.
I go to the newspapers, obituaries, stories, yada, yada. I do a 10-year scan of when this was supposed to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. I go to the police. I go to the sheriff's files. 10-year scan again. Nothing. Okay. So we have a legend that has a haunting. Are we dealing with some sort of tulpa situation? We don't know. This is where the investigation really kind of picks up. My first night out with my brand new crew, it was Henry, myself, and we hired these two, I call them junior psychics because they weren't quite as practiced as JJ is.
Mm-hmm.
But they were young and willing and to give us their impressions. And I said, don't feel forced to give impressions. Just do your job. Mm-hmm. If anything comes to you, blurt it out, yada, yada. So I gave one of them, Mike, a recorder.
Mm-hmm.
And we had two little camcorders running. And I got one on her, and then Henry has the other psychic. She's playing camera person, and they're examining something else, a past revelation that they had regarding heat on a wall that was caused by the sun. He was explaining everything, being very scientific about it. And so I got her on my camera, and she does an EVP session, and she says, where are you in relationship to me? Are you here? Where are you? And then we don't hear anything. It's just a tense few minutes. There's a fountain going in the background. On playback, a different story. Where are you? Where are you in relationship to me? Where are you? And we hear this very, very audible whisper come over and say, I'm right next to you, Farah.
Oh.
Named the girl. We never said our names. That's rule number one for me on my thing. We do not share our names. So I'm right. Names her without us telling us what their names are.
That's amazing.
That was amazing. And we confirmed that there was at least spirit activity there.
Mhm.
Even though
But-
the legends, all the paperwork said nothing happened there. So
Okay.
it could have been a cover up. I don't know.
So
But
you weren't able to find a name, right? Of the
nothing. There were no official reports that linked that, the legend.
and were you
that
able to
everybody
get a
knows.
name from the Whisper? Were you able
No.
to get someone to say something? Okay.
He stopped talking after that.
Wow. But I mean,
It was a male voice too.
interesting, man.
Yeah.
That is great.
Yeah,
Holy shit. I love this stuff.
It's
I love this stuff, man.
Yeah, it was good
All
stuff.
right. Question number 2.
Yeah.
Who would you say your influences in the paranormal realm are?
Influences. You're gonna laugh, but Leonard Nimoy.
What?
Yeah. Back in the 70s,
crap.
he hosted a show called In Search Of.
Yes, I remember this.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was all about paranormal activity and conspiracies and stuff like that. And that was the first time I ever got into UFOs.
Wow.
Because Mr. Spock was talking about UFOs. I was still young enough that I couldn't quite make the discernment between Mr. Spock and Leonard Nimoy. But it was still fun for me. And as the show went on, I became a little more wise in that area. But that was his show piqued my interest. And then it was from that point forward that I belonged to UFO Magazine, which talked about nothing but UFOs,
That's cool,
abductions, technology, secrets, what was happening elsewhere in the world, because initially was largely focused in America. But Leonard Nimoy was the one who got me started in the paranormal.
That is so cool, man. I don't think we ever had that answer. Mr. Spock.
Mr. Spock himself.
That is cool.
So, yeah.
Fascinating.
Quite fascinating.
All right. So the next 4 questions are going to be questions I ask everybody. So
Okay.
just so you know.
Gotcha.
Number 3, sir.
Yes, sir.
How do you want to die?
You want the chauvinistic answer?
Yes, I do want that. Please.
Gonna ruin my reputation.
Oh, I already know what you're gonna say. I just realized what you're gonna say. That's not bad, bro. That's not bad.
It's not bad. So if you know what the chauvinistic answer is, congratulations. I'll give you a different answer.
Yeah, if you don't know, message me. I'll tell you.
Okay.
It's quite great.
It's a fun way to go.
Yeah, I would. Yes, I think Richard Pryor's grandfather or dad or somebody went that way.
Or Richard
Okay.
himself, even. How do I want to go? I want to go being active. I want to be the guy that is. I want kind of like Bing Crosby, if you know who that is. Bing Crosby.
Yeah.
He was drinking a great glass of something, whatever it was, brandy, I think was his drink, and he was out on the golf course with his best friends. I think one of them was Bob Hope, the other one played God. Oh, George
Burns.
Thank you, George Burns.
Yeah.
So he's on the golf course with him, in the middle of his backswing, gone. That's
He
it.
just dropped dead.
He just dropped dead.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was having a good time. At least
He
he was
was
doing what he
man.
loved.
I think exactly. So
Yeah.
I think that's how I'd want to go. In a
That's
blink
an
like
excellent answer. I like the first one a lot because now I'm kind of like, well, you know what everyone says. Do you know what everyone
No.
everyone says in their sleep, which is a nice way to go. I think.
It is a nice way to go,
But I
mean,
like that, dude.
Thanks, man.
Okay. Second part of that question is, how do you think he'll die?
Oh, interesting question. Oh. So, surrounded by my friends with my favorite drink. No, I'm kidding. In the middle of my backswing. Wow, how do I think I'll go? I think I will probably go in my sleep. Really?
Wow.
Or, yeah. I think, with any luck, if I have my druthers and I am forced to die in a bed, which is kind of something I don't want to do. I don't know, it just bugs me because I've seen through my grandparents' eyes when they passed to a degree. Not that I'm claiming that I had that psychic ability, but I mean, you can, if you have even an ounce of imagination, you can kind of see what that looks like. All these faces looking down at you with pity and sadness and going, why? It's like, that's depressing as hell. So
It is.
yeah. But I if I do go, I do want to go holding the hand of a loved one.
Okay.
If I go in my sleep, that's how I want to do it. Holding the hand of a loved one.
It's nice. That's a good one. I actually, I like that answer. Okay.
Thank you.
This is, I think you pretty much answered this.
No, I'm just kidding.
Question number 4. I have a 2-parter because we probably already covered the nature of this question, but if you have another one, feel free.
Sure.
The question is, what is the strangest paranormal experience you ever had? And if we've covered it, you can always go, or what was the strangest moment of your life? So either one of those or both, feel free.
Well, gosh, the Satanist one was strange, and it did send chills down my spine even now. But I do have something else to add to that.
Yeah.
Not to that particular story, but I have another story I can give you.
Okay. Yeah.
My very first ghost experience
Ooh.
ever. I was 3 years old, maybe 4, and it's the middle of the night. I'm dating myself. This is 1975.
Wait, how old are you?
I'm 53.
Me too. I'm the
fantastic.
same age. Yeah. That's awesome too.
No wonder we get along.
I was like, wait a minute. What did he say?
He knows
What
who
year?
Bob Hope is. That's crazy. He looks so young. But so it's 75. I'm like 3 or 4 or something like that. And so I jumped ahead. So and I don't know why I said he, but like I suddenly was I'm suddenly in a third person space, but he is me. So the living room light snaps on, and I'm guessing it's somewhere in the wee hours of the morning, like 2 or 3 or something like that. Because there's no clock in my room. And the living room light snaps on. And back then I slept with the door open. And in walks this very pretty blonde girl with a short bob kind of haircut, you know?
Yes.
And she's wearing what looks like a uniform of some sort. And I think she was a stewardess because it was green on one side of the vest, blue on the other, and then she had like a white kind of half sleeve blouse underneath that and a blue skirt, navy blue. And she's in these little, I remember her shoes of all things for some reason. She was wearing these 1-inch lifts kind of a deal. Not very tall, but I didn't see any wings, which usually stewardesses wore back then. And they were called stewardesses back then too.
Right.
So she walks in and she looks in my room and she puts her hands on her hips and starts chastising me, yelling at me. But there's no noise. It's just the visual.
Oh shit.
And I was like, I didn't know what to do. And then she kind of marched toward me a little bit into the room, and I closed my eyes and I covered my head. I wait. I count. It must have been a minute easily. And then I slowly pull my covers down. I'm prone, right? On my side. And slowly pull my covers down. I dare to open my eyes, and she is this close to me.
Oh shit.
Has her head, she's stooped, bent over, has her head cocked to my angle, and starts going at me. I get up with a shout, and I run through her, into my parents' room. And I remember when I went through her, this cold hit me and peeled off me, and that also gives me chills just thinking about it.
Damn.
And it peeled off me as I ran to the other room. Mom, 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 mom. And, she gets up. My dad says, "Oh, fucking kid." He's having none of it. So she walks me in and it's like, "What's going on? Did you have a nightmare?" No, the lady was yelling at me. What lady? So she looks around. It's like, did someone walk into our apartment drunk or something? Or no, nothing like that. No one's there. The door's locked. And she says it was probably just a bad dream. Don't worry about it, And I think she gave me a little bit of milk. Put me to sleep. And the next day, she asks me, "Tim, how did you turn on the living room light?" Yeah. Now, for those who don't know, at least in the U.S., back in the old days, in fact, you can see it, but this house was built in 1972. Let's see if I can make a hole. If I can deceive the... Anyway, the light switches were set at about 4 feet.
Okay.
A 3-year-old cannot reach that.
Right.
And I'd literally have to jump in order to get the light switch back in those days. They didn't lower them until a lot later as far as building codes go. This house still reflects the old 70s building code. So I couldn't turn on the light. And she said, "How'd you turn on the light?" And I told her, "I didn't. The lady turned it on." That's how I addressed her.
What was her reaction to that? Did she believe you?
She was kind of confused, and she said, "You did not turn on the light." I said, "Mom, I didn't turn on the light. The lady turned on the light. You didn't run to the living room and then run into my room?" "No, I ran straight into your room."
Wow.
And she says, "Oh, okay." I think she was super concerned because she was really puzzled looking, like trying to suss it all out.
Yeah.
And said, "It wasn't your dad?" And I said, "No, Dad was next to you when I came in." A little detective going even back then. And she says, "Oh, yeah, okay. That's weird." I was like, "Yeah, well, okay, it's over with now. I don't think it'll happen again." And sure enough, it didn't happen again. Never saw her again.
I wonder if someone lived in that house before you guys, was
Probably
a
did.
stewardess from the 60s or 50s or something, because that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, it does sound me too. That's what it sounds like to me too, yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. I love that story. That's awesome.
Thanks, man.
Number 5, sir.
Okay, hit me.
What's the scariest or weirdest dream you've ever had in your life?
Okay. So I actually have an answer for this because
Nice.
I keep a little baby dream, not a baby, but a little dream log that comes in.
Don't keep babies, sir. That's
Don't keep
not
babies.
good.
No baby
that's
stuff.
Very bad.
Very bad. Unless you got them yourself and you don't have a choice. But I keep this little mini dream log over the years. And I remember one dream. I was guy who was before the Air Force. It was about 1990, 91.
Mm-hmm.
And pouring down rain outside. That's in the dream. So I'm in my room, looking out the window, and it is just coming down like cats and dogs, man. It is just insane. And you can hear the wind outside the house. Our house is pretty well insulated, even on heavy days, and you barely hear it except maybe for the bathroom vent, or the stove or the fireplace chimney. But other than that, but in this place, it was like a haunted house, whipping around, and then there's this rumble, and it gets closer and closer. It's like an earthquake, building. And suddenly all this water rushes over the front lawn.
Oh, shit.
Everything's suddenly flooded. The street is flooded. The neighbor's place is flooded. Everything is flooded. And the water keeps rising and rising and rising. And I'm watching the water level outside my bedroom window up. And for whatever reason, it didn't get inside. But once it hits the top, it keeps going. I could see that the water level is disappearing higher and higher and higher. Some of them were being buried by the ocean. I don't know. But I'm screwed. I have no way to get out of the house safely. I have no way to survive that ascent to air. And I'm hosed. Suddenly, I hear the window tink, 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 tink. It starts spiderwebbing more and more and more and more. Whoosh! The water gushes in, and I'm whacked against the wall. I'm sloshed all over the house. It's weird. I hit every room in the house, and finally, I'm washed out the living room window, and I'm in this just pool, just an ocean above me, and then it starts coming down. Down, down, down. Then I swim up, and by the time I breach, I feel my feet hit lawn out front. And I'm soaking wet, I'm shivering, and everything's starting to simmer down a little bit. And I hear more rumbling. Oh, crap, another wave is coming. Oh, geez, what am I going to do? So I know where the ladder is, and I said, I got to get to the roof and try and survive this. So I run to get a ladder, and then I'm knocked on my ass. And it's just huge earthquakes in California, right? So huge rocking motion, just just everything, just suddenly I get my feet taken out from under me. The houses are crumbling. There's this huge roar of just power. That's the only way I can think to describe it. And I look across the street, and there's a chasm right in front of my house.
Yeah.
And the chasm sinks and cracks away. My street, the pavement of my street completely disappears. And it's just my row of houses on my block and the row of houses over there. And then suddenly they go whoosh. They start trucking away like they're on the train. The tectonic plates are grinding past each other.
Oh, shit.
And I'm witnessing this, and it's like a freight train of houses and buildings and whatever else going that way. And I'm somehow on the stable part. And I'm watching all these people fall into the chasm. They're screaming, "Die, help me!" You know, so like I said, it was like a freight train going by.
Right.
But it was the earth, you know.
That's crazy.
So at one point it stops, and it stops just as quickly as it started, and it was like a freight train. It just suddenly stopped. It was there.
Jeez.
And there's all these aftershocks, and everything's still rumbling, and I crawled to the edge to say, I dare to look down. Worst mistake of my life in that particular moment, because it goes down into nothing.
Oh, shit.
Into absolute zero. I mean, it's black as pitch down there. And I look across the way, and it's a runway. The airport, some 20 miles away from me, has ended up in my front yard, basically. And then I see this jet come in, wobbling, it's like low on fuel, touches down and lands, and everyone, the plane stops short, and you know how it rocks when they stop short sometimes? Yeah. So it stops short, they blow the... I didn't even know I knew this back in the high school, but apparently I did. They blow those escape rafts, and everyone filters out, we survived, and that's when I wake up.
Oh, okay. Wow, man. Dude, I got like shades of 2012.
Yeah.
John Cusack, and then
I saw
this
that
is
movie,
the
it's
end.
like, wow. Yeah. This is the end. Yeah, it was.
There's a big hole that'll open up. That's freaking nuts, man. That is a great.
It was just nuts watching the plates do their job, you know, and whoosh, just truck everything 20 miles down the line.
Freaking insane. It's almost.
Yeah, it was crazy. Craziest dream.
And did you, when you woke up, were you scared or were you?
I was freaking out. Yeah.
Okay, I bet. Yeah.
Yeah, and I looked outside. First thing I did was look outside, and I waited. It's like, was this prophetic? Is something going to happen? Bright sunny day outside. Nothing untoward was coming. Although the 89 earthquake did happen like 2 years later.
Really?
Yeah.
That's nuts, man.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you for being on the show.
Thanks, man.
And doing the 6 questions. Here is the final question.
Sure.
Tim Sedano.
Yes, sir.
Who the fuck do you think you are?
Who the fuck do I think I am? I think I'm a man striving to tell a story. I'm a man striving to tell not only the TOL story, but the story of my life. And I do incorporate a lot of my life experiences into my stories. So there's that. I'm trying to put it out there in a creative fashion and give people something fun and educational and I don't know, endearing to watch. I'm a big fan of Star Trek, and that has lasted for me since, the 70s when they had in reruns.
Yeah.
Right. And it continues to deliver. And that's the kind of endurance I want to have. The effect I want to have on people. I want to deliver stories that endure. And if it is just TOL, I'm fine with that. I'm just totally fine with that. Do I have other stories in me? Absolutely. I have mysteries. I got this one mystery I did a play of called Death by Writer's Block. And it was a comedy, and it was fun. Cool. And we put it out there, and we had a good time. We got some recognition for it, but it was local, but it'd be a great movie, good feature. So, TOL isn't, I'm not a one-trick pony. I have other things in my head. So who the fuck am I? I'm the guy looking to, tell that story, put that stuff out there and make it stick. A little bit of posterity, I guess you could say, is what I'm looking to give to everybody out there. A little bit of fun posterity, something you can look back on and say, I need a piece of escapism with a touch of truth. There you go. Tim Sedano's work.
That's great, man. Great answer. And listen, I don't think TOL is going to be the only thing, but it's definitely going to be very, very good when it finally gets out there. Yeah, I love it. And just keep doing it, man. You're killing it out there, Tim.
Thanks.
You're killing it out there.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Tim, for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Where the weird ones are. This is not David Don't Know. I'm doing this for Kevin. So where the weird ones are.
Thanks for having us on, Kevin.
Yes, thank you, Kevin. Question everything. That's usually what he says. And if it's interesting to you, then go down that rabbit hole. Thank you so much. Back to you, Kev.
Take it
Thanks,
easy.
Tim.
Right,
appreciate you, man.
You too, man. Take care.
All right.
In the quiet of the night, when the world feels far, there's a voice through the static, like a falling star. It calls the misfits, the dreamers, the ones who see the shadows in the corners, the truth we barely believe. From the pine tree woods to the desert skies, they talk of ghosts and aliens with wonder in their eyes, not afraid to ask the questions that others won't dare, 'cause the world gets strange when you stop and stare. Come gather around where the weird ones are, by the fireside glow or a midnight call, where the stories run deep and the secrets fly like owls in the dark or stars in the sky. If you've ever felt lost, like you don't belong, you found your place, you found your song, right here where the weird ones are. They'll talk of cryptids, time slips, and deja vu, of spirits that linger, and what might be true. But more than the monsters, it's the people you'll find who dare to be open with curious minds. It's not about fear, it's the thrill of the ride, to question the world with wonder as guide. So pull up a chair, let your freak flag fly. We're the seekers of truth beneath the sky. Yeah, come gather around where the weird ones are, on the moonlit thoughts and cosmic scars, where the veil feels thin and the questions burn, and we chase the strange